All right, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Like, share, subscribe, hit that like button. Um, Leave a comment. All right. So now this is part two. Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna leave it like that because it's a different. It's 1 o'clock. Okay, this is the recap and the update. Okay, so we know that the latest news is that OTF Vonnie dad has came out with the information that his son paid Little Pub to take out Von. He said he paid Vonnie, his son. No, he didn't pay him. Durk gave him the money to pay Lil Pub to unalive King Von. And he said he said he rolled with Vonnie. He didn't know who Little Pub was or anything like that. He didn't know, and he just rolled with him, and they exchanged some money or whatever. He said he took him as backup. He not knowing. He said we family, and that's foul as hell. But I'm like, why you hold all that now? Now he said he told the feds all that. He said because Von dad, Silk, and him was best friends. And Trench's News played the interview, and other people have played the interview. I don't know if that's what I got up for today because I already had it laid out. So I don't think I'm gonna play. I'm eventually gonna play it, but I don't think I'm gonna do it today. And I listened to the whole interview, and he said that he cleaned out Bonnie, cleaned out Von's safe deposit box. I think he got like 200 grand or something like that. And my thing is with his daddy, he said you didn't break nobody off, you didn't do anything. So I was thinking like, so if he would have gave you some bread, if he would have gave the rest of the family some bread, would y'all had just stayed silent? I mean, I'm just wondering. Because you coming out with all this information now about what your son Vonnie did, but Vonnie a that he got a cold heart. Look in his eyes. His eyes is soulless. He don't even have a soul. And that's pretty much what his daddy was saying. So he cleaned out and then he gave Kayla, and then Kayla gave Dirk all of Von music. Why you just didn't get that to his mama where the family, his kids, his mother, sister, they could have, because he did have another album that came out. I don't know how well it did because it didn't get much airplay or anything like that. But so they could eat. His kids, bitch, Kayla, you gave that shit right to Dirk. So that's the latest. And also, I have pulled up some stuff. Little Dirk's trial for murder for hire plot has been delayed to January 2026. I'm gonna watch that trial every day and talk about it. He is currently detained at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Los Angeles, having been denied bail by a federal judge who cited concerns about his conduct in jail, including using other inmates' phone accounts. But it was some another article I seen on here. Oh, prosecute. Hey, Neezy. Free Durk. Okay. Well, I don't think no. I really don't like nobody being locked up. I really don't. Um, Prosecutors in Chicago rapper Lil Durk murder for hire case will not seek the death penalty. This just came out 4 days ago. Prosecutors said they will not seek the death penalty in Lil Durk's murder for hire case. Chicago rap star Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Banks. Oh, what does I? Okay, I don't think he's coming home. Now, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Now, I could be wrong. I'm only human. And we haven't seen the trial. He do got a good attorney. He does have a good attorney. I have to give him that. He got a damn Alex Fine damn sure got a good attorney. And the feds done Boston Richie just beat the feds. So the feds can be beaten. And if he beat them, well, congratulations. You got away with murder. Because he damn sure got some sacrifices he did. Um, Banks is accused of being the leader of Chicago rap collective Only the Family that acts as a group of individuals who engage in violence, including murder and assault, at the direction of Banks, according to federal criminal complaint. He is accused of placing a monetary bond to an individual with whom Banks was feuding. You know what? Didn't they charge him with Rico too? He had to be charged with Rico too. Let me see. Banks is one of five co-conspirators charged in the incident. And they say OTF Didi, his best friend, is going to take the rap. Now, I did read, I saw that on somebody's channel, or I read it. So they saying OTF Didi going to take the rap. Dirk's lawyer, see, now I didn't know this. Dirk's lawyer said prosecutors misled the grand jury by alleging Dirk bragged about the attack in a song. Well, oh yeah, okay, because he said he had written that song and did that song months before this actually happened. They say the song was recorded 7 months before the killing, and they add that Dirk has no connection to the modified version later posted on YouTube. All right, now we just gonna get into some old stuff, old videos, and this should not be as long since I just did his sacrifices. So, because I wasn't planning on. Oh shit, where's my notes at? Okay, let's get off into it. This is music.
Button, comment, and let them know I sent you. He back with another one. And this one right here is called Back to Back. Y'all already know me. He dropping back. Durk trial has been pushed back from January 7th, 2025 to October 14th, 2025.
Well, now it's pushed to January 2026.
Documents. OTF Didi, one of Durk co-defendants, may be considering taking a plea deal. Dontrell Wilson, aka OTF Didi, lawyer requested a pre-plea sentencing report. What is a pre-plea sentencing report? A document prepared by a probation officer that details a defendant's criminal history, personal background, and other relevant factors to assist the court in determining an appropriate sentence, usually conducted by a guilty plea or conviction, but before the formal sentencing hearing. It allows the judge to have an understanding of the defendant before deciding a sentence. The question is, do that mean he's taking the plea deal? Do it mean he's confessing to the role he played in his case? No. Requesting a pre-plea sentencing report does not necessarily mean you have to take a plea deal. It simply means you want a background check conducted before deciding whether to accept a plea deal. It allows you to have an understanding of the potential sentencing range based on your criminal history and other factors before making a decision. So basically, he's trying to see about how much time he would get if he accepts a plea deal. Y'all get in the comments and let me know what you think OTF Didi will choose. Also, Lil Durk's father was asked on his insight on his son's arrest, and this is what he had to say. Y'all get in the comments and tell me what you think about this whole ordeal. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications. It's free. Do it for me.
For the recent case that they brought against your son, we haven't seen any comments about it from yourself. We'd just like to know your feelings on the matter so that we can share with the wider public.
Alhamdulillah. We would first like to thank everyone for their support, their love, the encouraging words that they gave us as a family. We thank the fans and everyone who stood by us. I leave all legal issues to the lawyers to break that thing, what's dealing with that, the legal issues behind it. As far as the family, as far as me as a father, one thing I can say that it's mighty strange that once he started doing good out there, once he stayed away from all the gang banging and dissing the dead and doing things out there in the street, when he turned his life around, when he on his deen now, practicing religion, doing things for the community, bringing about peace in Chicago and throughout various cities, all of a sudden now he being indicted, just right off the Muslim conference that we had in Chicago calling for peace. Now, 3 to 4 days later, he's been indicted after that. When he put up on his concert, all the people that got killed in Chicago, showing that this is not what it's about again, he get indicted. But now he's being indicted for that. So look at the bigger picture here. Look at what the government trying to do. We always got their whole thing is you doing wrong, you doing bad, then that's good for them because that fill up the prisons. But when you start doing right and telling people to stop doing wrong, then all of a sudden you're an enemy to them and they have to lock you up.
Promo alert, promo alert, promo alert. Today is your boy Rock Carm. We got some big news for you. Some of the biggest news.
Okay, I'm gonna let that go. Let me get out of that. Get back. Why do my nose just stay up? I don't understand. Now this is King Mecca Audio. I love him. I love him. He the kingpin in 50 Cent Raising Canaan. Unique. This Unique Mecca Audio. I love him.
What? Because of who their title is, so you should give everybody that same benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but hold up. But you say proof is proof. You seen proof that he's guilty?
Nah, that's what they talking about. I ain't seen nothing. Because everything they're talking is what they're saying that's in the papers. I haven't technically seen what's in the court records and documents as of yet.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yes.
All right.
Even though Durk hasn't been proven guilty of anything yet.
Yeah, you don't.
To make matters worse, one of his ops has been openly telling on him during the interviews, spilling details about the OTF boss. The list of people turning their backs on Durkio seems to be growing by the day.
That's what happened when you get picked up by the feds, right? Remember when I got picked up, baby, and different people used to come by and bring your mother money and things like that? And how did you see that so that people understand what you went through and tell them how old you was then?
Well, when I was young, I was basically like 7 years old, so 7 maybe
when I went
10.
to prison.
Yeah, exactly. And like maybe through like 10 people used to come, but in my mind, I didn't think he did anything wrong. I'm thinking that they took him because, just off of something. But I didn't believe anything wrong. I just felt like my father was that.
Dang, she looked just like her daddy. Okay, and we're not playing that. So let me delete that. No, we're not, because that's off the subject. Oh, this might go quicker than I thought. Why my nose just stay up? Why won't this come up? Okay, let me just go to the next one.
One.
This academics.
All the bullshit that been going
I can't stand academics.
Go right now. Follow me on TikTok.
Oh no, this Trenches News. My bad.
Yo, it's your boy Trenches News, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Appreciate all love, support. Thanks for everyone who subscribed to the channel. If you ain't subbed to my channels, any of that nature, make sure you give it out, man. Make sure you give it out. They phone at the scene, the cup at the scene, they on camera. AJ Holla and Marley, they got text messages from the phone that they left, asking did Durk pay the money, and they in jail on jail calls asking did Durk pay the money and all that. So the government, they agreed and sent them a motion out saying that they will not be seeking the death penalty in an OTFD thing retaliation murder, which is the Stephon Mack murder. He was killed coming out of youth center. They got overwhelming evidence. They got the 4 people that's in the center that told the feds. They got 2 brothers that they got on the wire telling the feds that they got on the line, that they got from text messages and stuff. Then they got AJ and Marley text messages, and they got a whole bunch of more stuff that we don't know about. So they not seeking the death penalty, which they probably get the same treatment as O Block 6. Now, them and O Block 6, the reason why I made the story yesterday, because they got the same prosecutor, Jason Julian. He is the prosecutor that prosecuted O Block 6. He's the prosecutor when they asked about Lil Durk and D-Thing and the paperwork. He's that prosecutor. And he's the prosecutor on this second murder for hire that Durk is involved in. But they not seeking the death penalty. Who would take 50 when 50 years life? So I don't think these guys will be taking on 50 years. I think they're gonna go all the way.
Yeah, they're going to trial. They're going to trial.
Knowing that they left their phone and everything, the guys don't still going to court because they feel like they standing on business to the world, man. But that's what I got for that first topic. Then the second topic, Marley. Hey, the Powell guy, also known as Marley, Preston Powell, also known as Marley. He had filed a motion. Now his grandma had passed away, and I'm gonna tell y'all how that works. His grandma passed away. Now this guy, he been on the run from the FBI.
Okay, this is another story. Let me get rid of that. That's it for that one. We're not talking about Marley.
That kind of methodically.
This is DJ Academics. I can't stand him.
I want to play you a Lil Durk update real quick, and I just gotta go. My mom is asking me to come upstairs for a second.
A Grammy Award-winning rapper.
By the way, to summarize this update they're gonna give you is discovery starting to be made available. So 2 things happened in the Durk case. They pushed back the Durk case. Before, it was tentatively scheduled for January. So his trial should have been started this month, which, come on, no one's going to be prepared for that. So they pushed it back to later this year. And what's happening now?
And now it's in January.
They're preparing to give Durk and his team, but they got to turn over all the evidence to Durk. And according to the feds, they're saying that they have voluminous amount of information and data. I think they said terabytes of data, and also they have just so much stuff in terms of like investigation and material where they interrogated witnesses. So listen to this real quick. I'll be back in give me a minute.
He's orchestrating a murder-for-hire plot to kill another rapper in retaliation for his longtime friend's murder. Gets another setback in his case. Durk Banks, better known by his stage name Lil Durk, has been behind bars since October, accused of being the mastermind behind the plot to kill Georgia rapper Quando Rondo, whose real name is Taekwon Bowman. Quando Rondo, along with his sister and cousin, were ambushed and shot at in Los Angeles, California in August of 2020.
Here, I'm gonna put this down.
Rondo and his sister survived the attack. His cousin was murdered in the hail of gunfire. But that case goes back further than that, as prosecutors say it all stemmed from a 2020 shooting that left another rapper, who was also the close friend and frequent collaborator of Lil Durk, dead. According to Lil Durk's federal indictment, prosecutors say on November 6th of 2020, a man named DB, who was a high-ranking member of Lil Durk's Only the Family, or OTF, and the friend of Lil Durk, got into a fight with another person identified in the indictment as TB. The indictment says an associate of TB pulled out a gun and shot DB multiple times, killing him. Now, the indictment doesn't have the full names of TB or DB, but the circumstances match the November 6, 2020 shooting death of rapper King Von, whose real name is Devon Bennett. And of course, we know Quando Rondo's real name to be Taekwon Bowman. So where does Lil Durk come into play here? Well, federal prosecutors say after King Von's murder, Lil Durk wanted revenge. According to the indictment, Banks made clear in coded language that he would pay a bounty to anyone who took part in killing Quando Rondo for his role in King Von's murder. That all came to a head nearly 2 years later on August 18th of 2022, when Banks, his alleged co-conspirators, and co-defendants tracked down Quando Rondo to Los Angeles. The indictment names Banks' co-defendants as Kevon London Grant, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Bryan Lindsay, and Asa Houston. Prosecutors say on August 18th of 2022, after the men learned where Quando Rondo was in LA, at the direction of Lil Durk, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, Houston, and another co-conspirator traveled from Chicago to Los Angeles to murder Quando Rondo. Meanwhile, Lil Durk and Kevon Grant traveled on a private jet from Miami to LA allegedly to help coordinate the murder. That same day, Banks allegedly texted co-conspirator 3, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." But the feds say that same co-conspirator purchased the plane tickets using an OTF credit card. The unnamed co-conspirator 3 also allegedly confirmed to DeAndre Wilson through text that Wilson, Jones, and Lindsay had the same airline ticket confirmation. And Wilson messaged a friend on Instagram saying, "On my way to LA." From there, Kevon Grant allegedly purchased 4 black ski masks from a sporting goods store, but used cash to pay. But seemingly messed up when he allegedly used another...
Did they give the update on their predator, right?
Hearing about these alleged acts, attorney and former prosecutor.
I'm about to let that go. We're gonna delete that too. Shit. I can't stand academics. I do not like him at all. This is classy beats. Class E.
So we're going to look into what's going on with Lil Durk and just what's happening on with this federal.
You know what? I'm about to delete that too. Because now it's delayed until January 2026. Now here go one that say Lil Durk gonna beat it. I'm gonna play it out after this
After
one.
Lil Durk's lawyers brought up a strong alibi in his case, the judge started to hear Durk's lawyers out on why the rapper should be released. His lawyers proposed a $3.3 million bond backed by equity in his homes and cash from Sony Music, which left a lawyer online reacting when his release date could be.
So it all depends on the hunger of the U.S. attorney and the AUSA that's involved. And if they want this individual badly enough, they'll make very attractive deals for these individuals. What does a very attractive deal look like? I think they go for the lowest hanging fruit. Whoever, didn't actually guy, maybe someone that was involved that didn't actually, or someone that, but it didn't hit, they're going to have forensics. So they'll take whoever is the least culpable, and I think that they'll approach him and make a deal with him that'll be the most attractive. And if that guy doesn't make a deal, they'll move on to the next guy. So usually that's what happens, right? You go for the lowest hanging fruit first, the guy that you think will flip, the guy that didn't really have that much involvement. And I think what also is interesting with the indictment is it wasn't just money. They're like, oh, it could have been money or it could have been career advancement.
However, to understand his exact release date, it's important to read the files from the courtroom, as Durk's lawyers outlined 3 reasons why he should be free. They would begin by giving Durk an alibi from the lyrics the prosecutors claim he self-snitched with. Durk's lawyer announced in court, Durk's producer says in a declaration that the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, which prosecutors say Durk bragged about Lil Pab's passing in the lyrics, yet it was recorded 7 months before the incident, with court files even showing an attachment of the project file dated January 25th, 2022. Meanwhile, the Lil Pab incident happened on August 19th, 2022. But the lyrics would be a huge coincidence because Durk rapped, "Look on the news and see your son, you screaming no," which links directly to how Quando Rondo was at the scene.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
They even connected more lyrics, which rap, "Told me they got an addy, they got the location, go," which the feds believe relates to Brick Baby saying he would have dropped Quando's location for Durk if he asked.
Why is that? Then there's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. I'm 9 times out of 10, had he had to ask me, I probably would have been. You know, if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I link him more? Sure. I said if he make the call right now, I'd accept it. Right.
However, in response, the prosecutors revealed their evidence against Durk in court, announcing over 230 gigs of video recordings and 20,000 pages of reports are being processed for court, which is certainly not good for Durk. But DJ Academics revealed the connection between Durk's crimes and his album titled Almost Healed.
2020 bond, 2021 his brother dies. 2022, the niggas who his brother, they get clapped. The 2 Vaughn, at least a cousin of theirs get clapped. 2023, he drops an album, I'm Almost Healed. You ever think about that, Chad? It's like poetic. 2020, 2021, his brother. 2022, get back for both those situations. 2023, I'm Almost Healed. Crazy, huh?
As it seems like Durk is healing from the recent passings he's alleged to have hired. However, Durk's lawyers were ready for this and called out the feds for not protecting Durk in jail. His lawyers laid out another reason for his release. Sources allege Durk's fast prison transfer was caused by issues within his cell block. Being a high-profile rapper caused him to be targeted for commissary and money. This gives the judge noticed that Durk isn't being protected by the law as he should. They believe Quando Rondo is sending hits toward Durk for revenge. After years of silence from Quando, both he and Lil Tim did interviews when Durk was arrested. Both of them talk about how Durk threw away his life for a beef that Tim and Quando wanted to end.
No, like, yeah, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how it was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying like that, because I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that off. That would have never happened like that.
This led to Quando doing his interview, but he focused on how Durk left behind his friends and family who depend on him.
He, whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% know them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this book that we talking about is stupid. It could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out. Or whatever, like they could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
However, since Durk was transferred to another cell block, it's made his living conditions worse. Although Charleston White believes neither Durk nor Melly deserve to have a good time in jail.
The YMW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life
Well,
When you take a life, home,
I disagree with that. YNW Melly, he should come on home. He had a mistrial. He the longest person ever been in county. He be in the county jail 7 years.
In case you missed it, a viral
And
tweet
they
read,
still.
Durk's lawyers just submitted the sneakiest bond.
Oh shit! And I done lost my damn video. But no, he need to be on house arrest for real. But he's still in there, and now he done fired his whole legal team. YNW Melly. And I think he gonna get Dirk, trying to get Dirk lawyer, Alex Finley, that Finley man.
After Lil Durk's lawyers brought up a strong...
Okay, let me get back to this.
The first is Stefan Mack, who was responsible for taking out Durk's brother D Thang. And the second is OTF Jam's baby mom, who passed after Durk found out Jam was snitching. The feds think Jam is the key to putting Durk in jail for all 3 crimes, because this Instagram...
Yeah, Lil Pat. Yeah, Lil Pat. Thank you, ATL Short. Thank you.
Making sure the wire was connected.
I ain't gonna lie, my whole dream changed. I ain't gonna lie, like back in the day. Oh, no. Oh, dang. I'm like,
Little Pab, the one that died. Little Tim did the Tim shit did the shooting.
Hey, when I was growing up, I knew having a day architect. Having a deer. School's ass out of bounds. All that whooping on the net, it got your man.
This is when the feds released a statement on Stefan Mack's passing, stating Durk's link to the Chicago passing of Stefan Mack. The feds believe he was targeted as revenge for D Thang on January 27, 2022. There's no official charge yet, but he's been named in unsealed paperwork. In the court files, they've shared Durk's Instagram story where he says, "For D Thang," which was posted just after Stefan Mack passed. On top of this, there's an Instagram story where Durk's laughing.
You can't see us. What? Speak on folks. Like somebody said, slap card. When is it slap con?
The live video is rumored to be from the day it happened. However, the reason Brick Baby could be involved in giving away Quando Rondo's location to Durk is because he knew Durk was the one who got Lil Pab taken out.
Wait, was this an attempted hit?
Well, they can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
Why? Hey, you can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash?
Oh,
Federal charges in California.
nah, because Lil Pab.
So this is about the...
Oh! What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more.
And to make it worse for Durk, the feds have linked the suspects that took out Lil Pab to King Von, as they were caught shopping with each other back in the day.
I'll tell you.
They
Go over there. Boss, you good? My boy. That's good.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man stepped in.
Which makes it seem like they were all closely tied to Durk as well. But this caused rumors to circulate that OTF members are snitching against Durk, which led to OTF Bezu calming everyone down.
No more. Know what's going on. But them people that's in the courtrooms, man. For real. There'll be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what be going on.
I love Bezu. I love him.
Hey, Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as it. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all they put the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about money or snitch, man. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on for real. Kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
As we would then even hear from Durk himself from a jail phone, letting everyone know he's standing strong and not going into protective custody.
Federal prison.
I said, I know you. But if you need anything, you know I got you.
I appreciate it. You know, start that count,
Yeah. I know how that to be, bro. It don't matter, bro. We ain't never moved our money. Except for that first time. Once it was that, it was that. Once it was like then, it was everything was his.
Yeah. I still got these same. I came up with like, yeah, where you from? What you got going? I do it, yeah.
Man, what? The PC. Hey.
Despite all that's happened against Lil Durk so far, one lawyer believes he can be released. As Kodak Black's attorney Bradford Cohen said, "I'm hesitant to say they have a slam dunk case on Durk Banks. I think they have a long way to go to prove the conspiracy against him."
When it comes to Durk Banks, so far I've seen one text that says don't have them associate my name with any kind of flights that they're taking. Certainly that's not a good text, but is that the only text? Because that doesn't, that in itself doesn't stand on its own. Certainly it's circumstantial. But like I said, we have to wait and see what other evidence they have. If they have a snitch, if they have videotapes or audio tapes of him saying something, I think that's a lot different than, hey, just make sure you don't associate my name with these guys. So I'm hesitant to say that they have, a slam dunk case on Durk Banks.
I don't know. Y'all think he coming home? I'm gonna stand. I don't think he coming home. Damn, my notes. Still coming on. Okay, we got 20 minutes. Let me delete that. Now this one they saying he gonna beat it.
Life-changing moment happened when his family was kicked out and evicted from the home due to their mother's struggles. Big Durk decided that he was not going to relocate with the family this time, and instead he decided to live in a car near his former residence, finding ways to get to school and under the radar. Eventually, Big Durk joined the streets, ultimately landing him a life sentence in prison. According to the
Well, I'm glad he home. His daddy a nice looking man. That's all I got to say. You know what? I hate that how he say that. No, I'm about to delete that. We're not even gonna listen to that. I hate how he say Dendada. What the fuck does that mean, Dendada? Well, maybe I'm old. Lil Durk talking to Kanye. I agree, Pimpington.
In Saudi, man, that was great.
That's all I'm talking about. The people here, they get their time, and they ain't never experienced the world, so I be telling them stories, and they be on 20.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey, you know what I was listening to last night?
What's that?
The verse with you, the verse you did on Donna with Andre 2000.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that shit so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the end of the album.
Yeah, I heard that. I said, yeah, they popping it.
Yeah.
Man, what you been working on? You good overall?
Yeah, man. I just got off the phone with Puff. I talked to him for the first time, nigga, 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, you called me. Yeah.
Hey, look how the all money do, you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We've been in the studio, man. I got this warehouse and this shit 30,000 square feet. So I put all the, I have all the producers. So I put all the producers downstairs, and then I got this big ass screen. They be saying 16 by 9 for films, but this screen is so wide that it's called a 9 by 1, and it's a surround screen. And I shot this movie with my wife in Japan, and then we just edited it. And we just been showing it to people. It's like the next frontier. It's like sci-fi or something, And we're gonna shoot some more films.
Y'all can say what people can say what they want to say about Kanye. He is a friend. He went to Puffy trial. He talking to Durk. I'm just saying, Kanye all right with me. He all right with me. He a little out there, but he all right with me.
To Japan, shoot more films, and we just making music. I chopped up this whole new album myself, and I've been having the music played live, and just finding that artist Laser Them down in Atlanta. Yeah, I just got put onto him, but his beats they just, you know, it's like I connected with Dave Blunts, and he was just talking about like these are the underground beats, and just explain it to me the way everybody approached their beats. They said that nigga Dave Blunts, watch this, he record on the phone. He records on his iPhone. He said, take my Yeezy.
He sure do. Yes, he do.
And he said it 4 times. Yeah, Lil Durk said it.
Yep, he do record on his phone. He bad boy. I'm so sick of it. I gotta keep bringing this up. Now we done with that because we not playing. I'm just trying to get through this stuff. Okay, we're gonna delete that. We ain't even playing that.
You want to support me? Go to Nene Marie.
Now this Trench's news. Sometimes his stuff be off, but he been doing good.
Yeah, I had to back doing people, setting people up. Make sure you get life insurance on them so they can be buried with his time. We're talking about Lil Durk. The prank phone call is now being arrested and charged for making a prank phone call leading up to his death. Make sure y'all smash that like button so this video can get around. All right, y'all. So first story we talking about FBG butter. Y'all always wanted to know.
I love me some butter. I don't care what nobody. I like butter.
Said that they started off for like 15 years, and then he said he went to court again. They came down to 14 or something like that. Then they came down to 11. And he's saying that 7 and all this
butter coming home. He only got one charge, the gun charge. He coming home. Let me get to Lil Durk part.
A person who under distress and calling, they will mention the kid first. They will mention the type of shit, but they ain't just gonna kick through your door unless they know for sure. Now them opening the door and running, man, it was all bad for them. But Young Scooter has been confirmed. DJ Bass said a classic. Him in the paperwork. We don't see OA promote no Lil Durk album. We don't see him saying free Lil Durk, put shit together, none of that. You know, and then we seen them say shout out to their manager. So I had to go and look and say, damn, I thought OA was his manager. Lil Durk, they didn't fire him. They didn't fire him, got rid of him and everything. He probably told them that the feds leaned on him and then he had got it. But that's what they basically trying to say though. They trying to say that it wasn't Lil Durk, the one who orchestrated the murder for hire. It was this guy named OA, according to an OTF affiliate who be with Lil Durk, by the way. You know what I'm talking about? I was surprised that they hit me up and even said this. You know, everybody always saying Trisha News, Durk case and all that. You know, but when you really want your homie or it's involved with your family, man, they always hit me up. Let one of their family members get killed. Hey, Spike, man, talk about my little cousin, my brother. You know what I'm saying? It ain't snitching then. You know, you will use me to try to, you know what I'm talking about, to put the focus and the light on somebody, you know? But, yeah, they saying OA, man, had a lot of involvement in this, and then now he just gone. You know, they said that Durk did fire him, though. I don't know too much about this OA guy, but I do know in the federal paperwork it said that he paid for the Airbnb for 3 months, and he paid for some more stuff, some cars. He paid for some more stuff, but I don't really know, man. I never paid attention to this guy named OA in the paperwork. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. But that's what they saying, man. Lil Durk is fighting for his life. You know.
I'm getting sleepy now. Now, 051 Kiddo say he know for a fact he gonna beat it. I like this guy. Damn, this ain't coming up. The fuck. Coming up. Let's go. This is the Chicago way.
That's the city. Did paper. Then try going back. And then
like J Main is from a place that's on the outside. Got killed, folks. You know what I'm saying? Because really, when you think about it, Louis the only one survived that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, Louis did, and they fucked his head up.
Story. Nobody have this motherfucking Cinderella story or nothing, folks. Like, that whole night was just a loss. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it really made me up about, folks, because Louis, I've been knowing Louis all my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, Louis always been a tough individual, man. He always been a guy who, you know, like, things don't affect Louis, bro. So I know he was trying to get through and go through this shit as well as anybody that was going through this shit can, folks. Then in the midst of all of this shit going on with Louis, his mama died.
Damn,
you know
I ain't know
so
that.
He was suffering on so many levels, folks. You know what I'm saying? But to the world, you know, he getting on and going and moving on. You know what I'm saying? But that shit just showed me, folks, like, damn, that whole night was one of the worst. I always say this shit, bro. Like, that night, November 6, 2020, man, that shit was the worst night of a lot of people's lives, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, it was the worst night of a lot of people's lives, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, we still ain't recovered. And to have one of our homies that was involved with that night, have him die recently, it's like, it's basically a whole 5 years of pain. All this shit basically one big ass episode, bro. Cause we got homies dying in this shit 5 years ago from that night, and we got homies dying that was involved in that night 5 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like basically one long ass night.
You know, how did you guys meet? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have like a story with Louis or anything?
Yeah, man. Like, I've been knowing Louis my whole life, folks. Like, we've been in my hood a long time, folks. Like, as just, you know, I've been knowing Louis so long, folks. It's like we met as babies. Like, it's like we didn't even meet. We just been around each other forever, folks. Like, when you from my hood and you really from my hood, folks, like, it's basically a bunch of shorties from the projects running around. Either our daddies know each other or our mamas know each other, folks. But we like homies because we from the same area. You know what I'm saying? So even if this not your everyday homie, the one that's sleeping in the bed or spending the night at your mama house with you, this still your man that you hoop with on the court, or, you know, that you be standing in front of the store with, or, you know, that you might even go on the 2-man with or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just always been just Louis been in my face or vice versa, folks. Like, even before O Block or 600 or any of that shit, folks, like, just hitting them blocks, gang banging, you know, because we was in the field even before we was claiming blocks. You know, you had a little circle and y'all would put 3 initials as y'all name.
Okay, I need to get to the little Durk thing.
Would have shot his neck off. He would have tried to walk out that bitch. Motherfucker would have switched folks down a few years back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's definitely seeing is believing. And I feel like, you know, he visited once before that with Savage. You know what I'm saying? He was with Tay and shit. So he got some of the guys that with him. You know what I'm saying? And that was smoking and drinking, bro, till he came home from his murder charge. He beat that. And he was off papers because he was free from beating a murder. I'm talking about, bro, it's different in that bitch, bro. You have fan ass ready to we start getting girlfriends.
Okay, that's just too long to play. Nope, and I'm sleepy now. Nope. We don't delete that.
Now, so from your perspective, you get in that same status at one point. You gonna do the same thing he did, or you gonna leave that shit alone overall? But at some point, you gotta leave it alone.
But I'm gonna start off saying, due to them having pending cases, I want to talk about the situation.
We're not talking about. I'm talking about like, will you make sure that once you get on their status with the money and everything, you gonna leave this shit for good? But people saying that he should let that.
This 051 kiddo.
Even though the Fed's trying to tell him to do something. Am I making sense how I'm asking?
Yeah, you make it sense. It's just like, you never know what a person thinking, though. It's just like, you don't know what I'm thinking. You don't know how I'm feeling. You don't know how that man was thinking or feeling. So, you know, his fan base or his friends and family can't just go off, you know, what happened and why he locked up. Man, by him having cases pending, you just gotta let that shit go, let that shit flow. He gonna come home. Everybody else come home. Lucci, Young Thug, and we can keep on naming. He gonna come home. It ain't gonna be right now, but he gonna come home though.
So he's saying Durk coming home.
I know for a fact he gonna come home, man. Motherfuckers, they don't. It might be a while though, but they don't be holding motherfuckers like that. They don't be, and motherfuckers with that type of status, like they don't be holding motherfuckers like that. Just think about it, gang. Look at all these big stars, gang. They sit for a minute, but eventually they come home. But they be having a lot of stipulations, but that's cool. That's straight. He gonna come home. I know that for a fact he gonna come home. I ain't just talking just to be talking. He coming to the crib.
All right, say less. Then it's free Durk.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, free Durk.
And another thing. When he was out, before he got booked, he got with your boy J Man for a show in the United States for his birthday. On the United States screen, he did what a lot of people thought would never be done, and he basically took a picture of almost everybody who passed, rapper or not, from the city, and paid homage to them, saying rest in peace. Last year he was saying he was pushing peace, and a lot of people believe that when he did that, he meant it. And even bringing out J May, who's an advocate for that. From what I'm pretty sure you heard about it in jail, because somehow in jail they always hear about it.
I know about it. I be looking at a lot of Kite magazines and all that stuff. Like baby girl was sending me like Kite magazines, so I was keeping in tune with what's going on out there. But like I'm gonna say this though, like there's not to offend you or none of that. It's just like with him having cases pending and with him going through his situation, it ain't really no point of talking about him. Like everybody else who put their thought on what he got going on, they had the police to me. Like anybody who have an interview and they like Durk this, Durk that, like, it ain't no point of talking about him. I feel like it ain't no point of talking about him when he got cases pending. You know, anything can be here against you in a court of law. That's what you got on.
Now that's the fact.
So like,
now that's a fact.
I'm having cases pending.
That is a fact. All right, one more and I'm gone. Damn, I gotta keep typing this bullshit. It seems like I'm trying to come down with a cold. All right, I'm gonna end with this one.
So shout out to Mickey Troop and shout out to Loyalty and Betrayal.
This Seti Nash. OTF Bonnie.
That Trenches News put out, because Trenches News is a paid federal informant. Do your thing, get you coin, bro.
Seti Nash, you an informant too. All y'all informants.
So shout out to my brodies out there. They know who I am. They know what it is. We're gonna clear all that BS. Man, let me show you what Trenches News gave y'all, and then I'm gonna show y'all the real and tell y'all what really happened.
So shout out to whoever sent me this from Reddit, but basically what they put on here is Trenches News has been pushing false info like the OTF Body Protective Order. This is from a protective order presented by the AUSA. Then here we go right here. Trenches News has been pushing false info like the OTF Body Protective Order. These orders are made in every federal case. It's about discovery. OTF Body was just the first defendant that they posted on Pacer from this case. Now let's dig a little deeper. Trenches News also lied when he said they all went to a court hearing and it was vacated 10 days prior. Interesting take.
If they can't show the whole thing, what you gotta do is tell them to let it go. We ain't rocking with that. But guess what? For a lawyer, I got that work for you. Enjoy.
Now that we got the BS out of the way, let's look at the real stuff. You feel me? United States Attorney Mac E. Jenkins, Assistant United States Attorney's Chief Criminal Division, Ian V. Yaniela, I don't know how to say his name, Daniel Weiner, Assistant United States Attorneys. Now, let's just read this. I don't even want to do none of the BS that they was doing. Plaintiff, United States of America, by and through its Counsel of Record, United States Attorney for the Central District of California, and Assistant United States Attorneys Ian V. and Gregory W. and Daniel H. and Defendant Kayvon London Grant, defendant by and through its Counsel of Record Peter C. Collectively, the parties.
Okay, that's too much.
Request that the court enter
that's too much.
Then will review in the presence of a member of the defense team to ensure that information concerning victims, witnesses, and defendants is not disseminated or used for Privacy Act information. An order is necessary to authorize disclosure pursuant to 5 U.S.C. 5528B11. The purpose of the protective order is to allow the government to comply with its discovery obligations while protecting this sensitive information from unauthorized dissemination and provide the defense with sufficient information to adequately represent the defendant. Definitions. Parties agree to definitions. It's real tricky.
So when he was saying that was some bullshit, because by the paperwork it didn't say nothing. The protective order was just so they can get to the discovery, as he said. I ain't even got to play that. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like